7. This video is going to be all about publishing, and this is one of my favorite parts too. Hey, so glad to have you back. So we are talking about publishing our stories. So if you've never done this before, what I do is I use either colored construction paper or cardstock to put on the cover of their book. Okay, and I have one of those rainbow carts that I was telling you about with the drawers that open up. And so I organize all my colors in that rainbow cart. So my rainbow cart sits in my writing center. That way they can use it for their writing center as well. So they just go over there and grab the colors that they want for their book. And then we staple it together. And before they outline their title, they have to have me check it first with pencil. So they write it with pencil. They write the title at the top. They draw a picture in the middle. And at the bottom, they put by first name, last name. Okay? And they use their dictionary if they need any word spelled, which is fine. Okay? So we staple it together, and when they're finished, they get a gold sticker as their Caldecott award. So the gold stickers that I use look like this. They're the Avery stickers, and I buy these at Staples. So these gold stickers, I just take one off, okay, and then I put it on the cover of their book, and when somebody publishes, I have a bell that we ring. So the student rings the bell and the whole class applauds. And you're going to see a video in just a couple of minutes about that. Okay? So here, again, here's my daughter when she was in first grade. When she published her first book, she was very, very proud, called My Pets. So you see the gold sticker on the front, and then at the bottom it has by first name, last name. So in the video, we're gonna watch one of my sweet little boys publishing his book, and he's also going to be writing a self-assessment. Okay, so on the self-assessment page, he has to rate his story, and so this is a good reflection on how do you feel about your story? What would you do better next time? Okay, so let's see if this works.
My favorite part of my story is Optimus Prime.
Because?
Because he is big.
Okay, good. And if I could change one thing, it would be?
My pictures, because they look messy. Funny.
Okay, so you can make them better next time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how do you feel about your piece? Is it great, very good, okay, or yuck?
Very good.
Very good. Okay, so this is the letter that's going to go home with you tonight in your colored folder. So you're going to put it in the folder in just a minute. And then here is your sticker for your story. And then you get to read it to the class today.
Okay.
Okay, Max published his story. Woohoo! Good job, Max. All right, so isn't that great? That is so awesome. When they publish, the whole class applauds, and we just go cheering, yay! I've also done a cheer where the kids, do a round of applause or fireworks, psh, psh, or wow. Or we go, celebrate good times, come on. We do that too. So anyways, you can do however you want to. Make it fun, make it engaging, and make it special for the kids, because they may never get this opportunity again. So these are the templates that I use whenever we are putting their book together. Here is the self-assessment page that Max was just doing in the video. So they have to write their favorite part of my story is. They have to write if I could change one thing it would be. And I tell them you can change handwriting, pictures, title, or your story. Okay? And then tell me why. I want to know why you want to change it. If I would rate my piece, I would rate it as great, very good, okay, or yuck. And you'd be surprised, and some kids do put yuck on there. And I say, why do you think it's yuck? I think it's really good. Oh, well, I just don't like my pictures. They look messy, or they don't look as really good as I wanted them to, or I don't like my handwriting. So it's really a good reflection piece for them. So these are the pages that we put in their book. The title page, they color their school, and then we write written and illustrated by first name, last name. And since we're at Fabra, we say Fabra, publishers, copyright date, and then they write the date. So if you're at Cibolo Creek, you could say Cibolo Creek, publisher's copyright date, or Von Raab, publisher's copyright date. Okay, so whatever school, you can fill that in. The dedication page, they draw a picture of a person or people that they want to dedicate their story to, and then they say dedicated to blah, 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 blah. And then the compliment page goes in the very, very back of their book. So I don't write on the compliment page until after they have published. So they ring the bell and we applause, and then I write them a compliment. So this book goes home with a letter attached to the story. So all their first draft pages, brainstorming, first draft, teacher conference, proofreading, all that gets stapled together with this cover letter. And it goes in the folder that you saw in the video. So it says, "Dear Mom and Dad, guess what? I published my book today. Isn't it terrific? I'm so excited to share my book with you. And after I read it, please sign a compliment on the compliment page." You see my gold star? Isn't it great? I got to read my published book to the class, and they gave me a compliment and asked me questions about my story. I went through the whole writing process to publish my book. Brainstorming, first draft, student conference, proofreading, teacher conference, editing and revision, final draft, and publishing. Please return my book in the clear plastic folder tomorrow, and I will get to hang it in the publishing pouches in the classroom. I love writing workshop. Love, and then they put their name. So the parents just love this. They love this. So at home, the parents give them a compliment. So then they get to sit in the author's chair, and they get to share their book with the class. So everybody stops. Okay, so about 5 minutes before it's time to clean up, I say, "Okay, so-and-so published their story. Let's go sit on the carpet." So we put everything away, and we stop what we're doing, and we all join the author on the carpet. So they sit in my author's chair with their book, and after they're reading, the class gives them a suggestion, compliments, and asks questions. And I train the students, whenever they're reading their book, they have to hold up the pictures. Just like Miss Rickman does whenever I read them a story, I hold up the pictures so you can see the pictures. Well, you have to do that too, because now you're the teacher and you're showing your work to the class. So they're so proud to be able to share their book. So they hold up their story to show each of the pictures. The class gives them questions, compliments, suggestions. When they do a suggestion, they say, maybe next time you can use more details. Maybe next time you can write with nicer handwriting. When they do compliments, they could say, "I love your story because you had really great illustrations. I love your story because you had great details." And then I have questions that they read off from a poster. Okay? So here's some of the questions that they can ask. Now you can blow this up on your poster maker at school, or you can have an anchor chart with these questions. Whatever you want to do is fine. It's number 1, what problems are you having with your piece? What problems did you have? What is the most important thing you were trying to say? How do you feel about your story? Tell why you love it, what you love about it. Are you happy with your beginning and ending? Explain how your title fits your story. What do you need help on? Who was your student conference partner? Makes them kind of think about, when I went to student conference, who did I sit with? What compliment did your conference partner have for you? Now, the partner that's sitting on the carpet can raise their hand and they can tell. Does the beginning of your piece grab the reader's attention? That's a good one. That's a really good question. So you can do this 2 ways. You can make it on an anchor chart, or you can blow it up on your poster maker, and then you can put this on your easel, or you can put it on the wall, whatever you want to do, and then call on students to, I would just do about 2 questions. And each time somebody publishes, read 2 different questions. You don't have to read all these questions at the same time. So we're going to watch another video of a little girl reading her book in the author's chair. So these are some of my students in the past that have published their book. As you can see, this little boy, this little girl, and then here's Kennedy again, who's my daughter. They published their book for the Fairy Tale Ball. So I don't know if you're familiar with Faber's Fairy Tale Ball, but we have a celebration of writing every year. At the end of the year, they retell a fairy tale, and then they get to dress up as their favorite character, and the parents get to come and they read their story to the parents, and the parents walk around the classroom while they're sitting at their desk, and they're dressed up and they get to read their story, and the parents give them compliments at the back of their book. And then it's our class party. So we have refreshments, we have a castle cake, we have all kinds of goodies at the end. So that's our end of the year party. And this little girl in the middle and this little boy in the bottom, these two boys at the bottom, they're just reading their story on any normal day at school. And I want you to notice this little boy right here in the black shirt. Do you see how he's holding up his story and showing the class the pictures? That's a huge thing for them to do. To be able to multitask and read and hold up their story like that, that is huge. And you can really check off lots of TEKS with this, because there's a lot of TEKS that say that the kids have to do listening and speaking skills in the classroom. So guess what? You got those TEKS covered. All right, so we're going to watch another video of how I do my author's chair.
Hello, my name is Gwyneth, and today I published my book, and the title is The Mean Elf. Written and illustrated by Gwyneth Faye Lozano. Copyright date Barbara the 6th, 2008. The Mean Elf. Wait. Dedicated to all the teachers in the school.
Oh,
To draw the heart.
that is so sweet.
Once upon a time, there was an elf. Whoa. Okay. The elf was mean. And this is hi, the toy. She's been mean to an elf. Oops, I forgot to outline that one. What if
That's okay. You can do it next time.
the elf pulled her toy? They're fighting for it. But the toy ripped. No. The toy ripped for a new one. The elf gave her a new one. It feels good to share. Yes, it does.
Oh, that's so sweet.
My name is Gwyneth. I am 6 years old. I am a first grader. Bernie, Texas. I live in Texas. My favorite food is bean and cheese tacos. My favorite book is The Elf on the Shelf. My passion is all the teachers in the school.
Oh.
And I draw me sticking up my face in the window.
Oh. Let's give her a hand. All right. One. Thank you. Okay, let's give a compliment. Gwyneth's going to call on someone for a compliment. Hurry.
Right.
I like your story because.
I like your story because I like the Elf on the Shelf book too.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, let's give a suggestion.
Okay.
Call on a boy.
So I'm gonna write a longer story. I'm writing a chapter book about the whole world.
Isn't that amazing? She's going to write a chapter book about the world.
And I'm doing 10 pages.
That's
10
amazing.
chapters.
Okay. Thank you, Gwyneth. Now you're going to take it home. One. Thank you. You're going to take it home in your backpack.
It's kind of hard.
You're going to take it home and put it in this folder. And then Mom and Dad are going to give you a compliment tonight. Okay. Yeah, in the back of the story, there's a page where you have a compliment right here.
He said, I hope the elf being nice and like he did.
Oh my goodness. Brings back such good memories. So, now you know what author's chair looks like. So let's move on to, these are also pictures from my fairy tale ball celebration when we had, this was my class about 3 years ago. So we had Prince Charming, we had the gingerbread man, we had Puss in Boots, and we had another gingerbread man. And they have so much fun reading their stories to the parents. You know, they feel so special and so valued whenever they get to publish their books and, you know, get to share their books with other parents, not just their own parents, but other parents as well. So, and these are my publishing pouches. So when the book comes back the next day, it goes into my publishing pouches on the publishing wall. So these are magnetic pouches from Lakeshore that I ordered with my budget money 1 year. And so each child has a folder. And so when they publish a new book, I take the old book out of the pouch and the new one goes in. So they can have their books on display the whole year. And the parents love these. You know, they walk in the room and they all say, "Hey, look at my published book, Mom and Dad." They want to read their published books to everybody. So even when my administrator comes in to the class, and they love to share their published books with the principal, vice principal, counselor, whoever comes to visit our classroom. So anyway, the pockets are from Lakeshore. Or you could make ones yourself. You could use construction paper pockets if you wanted to do that as well. Just staple 2 pieces of construction paper together and tack them together, and then there you go.